call a real with me. What Lil Durk say at the end of that song? Like, real me, like the street vouch for me. Anywhere I go, nobody don't play with me. I never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city yet.
While a separate shooting left a local rapper dead, who police say is affiliated with a known street group. Action News reporter Leland Pender following all of it for us tonight. He's live at Philadelphia Police Headquarters with the details. Leland.
Yeah, Shari, as you said, 2 men are dead tonight. These shootings happening just a few hours apart, but police say right now it's too early to know if they may be connected, and right now no arrests have been made. Chopper video shows that first seen around 3:30 on North 6th Street in Olney. A white Hyundai SUV held there as part of the investigation. Police say a 25-year-old man was killed after being shot in the chest and hand, but they are still working to find where the shooting happened. Sources ID him as Abdul Vix, a rapper known as YBC Dul, affiliated with the West Philadelphia Young Bag Chasers, or YBC gang.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, new details have emerged in the case concerning the demise of Philly drill rapper YBC Dul. Although there haven't been no arrests, and police don't have any clues on the suspects as of yet, surveillance video was released shortly after, and we finally got a full article on what police are saying went down. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I can already see that this is gonna be one of those weird cases that may or may not even get solved, just based on the way things have been playing out since Dul have passed. I tell y'all all the time that the devil is a master of confusion, and whenever you start hearing stories that either don't make sense, or the stories are conflicting and different from others, or there's information that's being left out, that's usually the first red flag. I say that because since the situation took place, we've gotten different stories, and we've had information that has been left out according to police reports. When everything first happened, it was said that YBC Dul was driving a white SUV. To come to find out, another article said that he was in the back of one. Then they said he was shot on the highway, and another article says that he was discovered, but then we also heard that he was transported to the hospital by a private vehicle that had his friends in it. Now aside from that, everyone had a little suspicion, being that Dul is who he is, and it's kind of weird to hear that he was caught lacking the way they described. Then it will also come out that his own father even felt that something wasn't right and would take to Facebook to let the world know that he feels his son was possibly set up by someone he trusted around him. Now, as far-fetched as it sounds, because most people would say, Hookah, nobody's untouchable, it was just his time to go. And you're right. But after the surveillance footage was released and hearing that Dul was the only one in the car that got hit and passed away, like I said in the last video, something just don't sound right. We're going to get into the article that was posted detailing how Dul was caught and what he was even doing in the area, and also explaining how the car used in the targeted hit was found on fire by law enforcement. And that's a common tactic that suspects do in hopes of destroying any bit of evidence left in the vehicle, whether it's DNA, fingerprints, whatever. It's just a way to burn it, get rid of everything, instead of going through the whole trouble of trying to hide it and wipe stuff down because you don't got time. So before we get into everything, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now, an article explaining the demise of YBC Dul will come from the Inquirer, as it would say, quote, Philadelphia gang member was driving along North Fairhill Street with a friend on Friday afternoon when another car briefly pulled up next to him and his passengers fired multiple bullets into the vehicle, killing him, according to police in video recovered Monday. Vix, better known as YBC Dul, had picked up a friend from the 5500 block of North 6th Street in Albany around 3:30 p.m., said Deputy Police Commissioner Frank Venor. A few minutes later, surveillance video shows that as Vix, driving a white Hyundai rental car, slowed to a stop at a red light on the 5500 block of North Fairhill Street, another car pulled up beside him. At least one passenger appeared to fire multiple shots into the driver's side of Vic's car before speeding off, the video shows. Vix was struck in the chest and hand, Venor said. Vix caught in reverse before driving forward. The friend who was seated in the passenger seat eventually jumped behind the wheel and drove the half block back to his house on North 6th Street. He quickly picked up another man and together they rushed Vix 25 to Einstein Medical Center, where Venor said he was pronounced deceased within minutes. No arrests have been made. Venor said it's not clear how many gunmen were involved or how many shots were fired. Police did not find any ballistic evidence at the scene, he said. Not long after the shooting, police recovered a stolen car that they believe could be linked to the crime. The car had been set on fire and was burning in a lot on the 6900 block of North 15th Street, Venor said. Ballistic evidence was recovered inside. So being that they said ballistics evidence was recovered inside, 9 times out of 10 they're referring to bullets or some type of gun, but mainly bullets that was left in the vehicle. I guess when they burned the vehicle, it didn't burn fast enough, so there was still bullets or something of the ballistic nature that was still left in the car. Now once again, let's speak about this article because there's more conflicting news as they keep saying Dul was driving when the other reports say that he wasn't. It said that Dul was actually in the back seat of the car, which is why in the surveillance you could see the shooters targeting the back of the vehicle when they started shooting. Now, judging from what this article says, he was driving, he was shot, and someone in the car moved his body and began driving to a nearby location. But once again, the surveillance and the other reports don't say that YBC Dul was driving that car. Now, the rumors that's floating around social media is that Dul, along with 2 others, were picking up a friend in the area and the suspects had the friends drop. So like the reports say, the friend was picked up at around 3:30 p.m. It was only 5 minutes later at 3:35 p.m. when the suspects would drive alongside their vehicle and begin firing, striking YBC Dul. So basically the story is that they were already watching a friend's house, followed the car he got into, and then when they came to a stop, they began shooting. Now, even though that's the story, something still isn't making sense, at least to me. Because if Dul was in the back seat behind the driver, how would they know where Dul was positioned in that car? How do they know where to shoot exactly? And how do they know he was in the back seat of the car, period? The only way is if when they got to the location to pick the friend up, maybe Dul got out of the car and they was able to see where he was positioned in the vehicle after he got back in. But even then, if that story is true, why didn't they just strike in front of the friend's house while he was walking to the car and they was waiting for him? Why did they wait for him to pull off, risking the chance for him to get away when they could have just did everything right then and there? Not to mention, why is it that nobody else was injured? To my knowledge, when the news first broke, they said someone else was in the car and they were shot as well, but we haven't heard anything about that person, nor have we heard anything about reportings of someone going to the hospital relating to that situation. But once again, why was the shooters so precise on shooting at the back where Dul happened to be? Just think about it, right? If you ever been in the streets and seen a drive-by, you know that the driver is going to be the one that's probably going to get it the worst if the shooter pull up alongside the driver's side especially. If you used to watch any type of mobster movies or the Mafians where they go and they catch somebody in the car, they spray the whole car up, right? Especially whatever side that they're on. So why wasn't the driver unalive? Why were they focused on the back seat of that car? Or better yet, what ops you know is going to have someone's location and not try to get everyone if they had the chance to. Meaning, why wasn't the friend whose house it was unalived as well? If they had his drop and had them all in one car, I don't know too many ops that's gonna be that generous and just target one person, right? Why not get them all? I mean, we already committed a crime. Why not go out with a bang, I guess? You know, and usually I don't know too many ops that's not gonna make it their business to try and get everyone in that car. That car should have looked like Swiss cheese. You know, now, truth be told, none of us know who did what or who's involved with anything. Let me make that very clear. I'm not pointing no fingers at no one. I'm not saying the friends or anything. What I am saying is that something just don't sit right with this whole situation. But when you live a life where you done inflicted pain on others, trolled them about their deceased people and all, and you made it public, it's kind of hard for people to even care or have sympathy to even look into anything concerning your demise. They just worried about trolling you back as revenge, or they just leave it where it's at. I don't know, but in a nutshell, for the people that had questions and asking what happened or how was Dul able to get caught out there like that, they're saying that he was picking a friend up, he picked him up, then a few minutes later, the car was shot up and that's it. Alright, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this. If you confused just as me, all about the conflicting reports, let me know that too, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out.